Alright guys, so today I'm going to be showing you the tutorial for the trick I posted a few days ago, and I highly recommend that you check out the performance before you watch the tutorial. That way it makes a lot more sense to you. The deck I'm using today is the 130th anniversary edition for Bicycle, and I just want to get that out of the way because I don't want like 100 comments asking me what kind of deck this is. But anyways, to start off the trick, what you want to do is you want to take these cards out of the deck and go ahead and get them in this order. So I'm going to be using the 10, Jack, Queen, and King of Spades, and you want to get them in numerical order, so when you flip them around, the King should be on top, and you want them in numerical order. Okay, so like I said, go ahead and pause the video, get these together, and then we can get going. So you want to take these cards, put them on top of the deck, but you want to get a break. Okay, so get a break above these 4 cards, and then you want to take the aces, and you want to make sure that the ace of spades is on the bottom, followed by any red ace. It could be the diamonds or the hearts, it doesn't matter. You just want it to be ace of spades and then red ace. Okay, so get it in this order, and then put these 4 aces on top of the break that you already have. So now you actually have an 8-card break. Okay, so at this point you can go up to the spectators and you're going to tell them that you're going to use the 4 aces for the trick, but you don't want to emphasize the name of the ace, you just want to count it off. So you say, look, I have ace number 1, ace number 2, and now after you count off the second ace, you're going to drop the rest of the packet. So you're going to have 6 cards here. All you want to do is just drop it back on top. And you say, look, then I have ace number 3 and ace number 4. So at this point, you're going to have the ace of hearts on top and the ace of spades below it. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to tell the spectators, alright, so let's just use the 4 aces for the trick. You count over the top 4 cards. The spectator thinks this is the 4 aces, but in reality, you have a king and a queen. So you want to put some attention over here, and as the spectators are being misdirected, all you want to do is push over the next card, the top card here on the deck, get a pinky break, and you say, look, so I'll use the 4 aces. You square it back up, and all you have to do is put it back on top of that break, steal that 5th card, and say, okay, I'll leave the rest of the deck over here. Okay, so now at this point, the spectators think you have the 4 aces, and you just say, okay, all you have to do is count them off. So put them back in middle grip, and say, look, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 aces. But in this hand, or this last card, is actually going to be a 2-card packet, but you want to hide it, okay? So make sure this looks like 1 card, and then you're going to square this back up and flip it over. So at this point, you're going to be showing the ace of hearts, and you tell the spectators that you're going to give them a little history demonstration of cheating in poker casinos and whatnot. So what you have to do is push over the ace of hearts, but you have to remember not to flash the cards below it because those aren't aces. So you push over the ace of hearts, and you prop it up like this. Okay, just prop it up like this, and then you're ready to go. So at this point, you're going to actually palm the card. So you're going to say that cheaters, they would go to casinos and they would try to palm the card. So at this point, you want to stick your hand and put it directly over the card so the spectators can't see the face or anything. So you come over, you palm the card, and you come away and you say, look, so cheaters, they would come to poker casinos, they would try to hide the card, they would palm it like this, they would try to hide it from the dealer, the other players, but a lot of the times it didn't work. So you want to actually palm the card. You tell spectators that this whole method didn't really work. You take the ace of hearts, okay, you put it back on top of the deck, and then you flip it over. So at this point, you're going to count the cards again, and as you're doing that, you're going to tell the spectators that the cheaters had to find a better way of concealing the cards. So you count it off again. You say, look, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and the cheaters, they had to find a better way of cheating at cards. And then you tell the spectators, and I'll show you what they did. So you put down, this is a double actually. So you have a double here, and you say, look, I'll just put down one of the aces, and I will show you kind of what they did. So at this point, the spectator thinks you have 3 aces here, 1 on the table, and then all you have to do again is just prop this card up. But remember not to flash it because this isn't an ace. And you prop it up, and you're going to cover the entire face of it. But at this point, all you have to do is lift up your thumb because you're not actually going to palm it. Okay, so all you have to do is lift up your thumb, and it's actually the card just going to drop back onto the rest of the packet. You come away acting like you have a card palmed in here, and you say, look, so what the cheaters would do is they would actually fold up their hands so nobody could see the card that was in there. And you could say, look, from both sides you can see that there is no card visible. And what they would do is then they would come over to the table, you put your hand there, you cover it up, and then you can do whatever you need to do. Just make sure that when you put your hand on the table, when it comes away, you want to make it look like now there's 2 cards. And in reality, when you actually put down that double at the beginning, it was actually the two aces to begin with. So it looks like you just invisibly, palm this card, and you can say, look, so now the spectators actually have two aces, which is the best hand, the best starting hand at Hold'em. And then at this point, you want to come over and you say, look, so I'll take these two aces, but in reality, remember you have three cards, so you want to hold it in middle grip, spread over one card, and say, look, I'll show you again what the cheaters did. So you leave those two cards on the table. You're going to come over with these two aces. You want to make sure that you're palming the ace of spades. So you take the ace of spades here, and again, remember you just prop it up like this. You come over and you say, look, I'll show you one more time. If I take the ace of spades, you cover the whole thing so they can't see it. You lift up your thumb so the card is just going to drop back to this packet. You move your hand away. You act like you have a card palmed. You fold it up. You say, look, you can show it from both sides. It looks like there's no card in there. And then when the cheaters, they would come over to the table, you can see they actually got better at cheating, because what they could do is they could actually spread their fingers like this, come over, and then whatever you need to do, just spread the cards so it looks like now there's three. And remember, you do not want to show these cards. These are not the aces at all. So leave those face down, and you say, look, so I really only have, I'm left with the ace of hearts here, but you do not want to flash it, okay? There's actually two cards. Remember, the ace of spades is still here, but you want to make it look like one card. So when you flip it over, just say, look, so now I'm left with the ace of hearts. You make it look like one card. You flip it back over, and you say, look, so I'll take the rest of the aces. You put it right back on top. You put these cards right on top of the two card packet, and you say, look, I'll count these off again for you. So I really have, and at this point, when you're counting off the cards, you actually take two cards off at first. So you say, look, I have one, but in reality, you're just riffling down the back until you have two cards. And you say, look, so I have one, but you do not flash these cards, because remember, these aren't the aces. So you say, look, I have one, and this isn't an ace either, two, and then when you get to three, you can show them. 3, 4. So the next thing you want to do is you say, look, so out of those four aces, I want you to pay close attention, and then off the top, you want to take the ace of hearts. So you say, look, I want you to pay close attention to the ace of hearts. Just set this packet down, and you say, look, I'll show you just one more time what the cheaters, or how, what the cheaters did. So at this point, again, you just prop the card up just a little bit. Nothing too much, just prop it up a little bit. You come over, you conceal the entire card so the spectators can't see anything. You come over, act like you palm it, lift up your thumb, the card's going to drop to the table. You come away, and you close your hand, and you say, look, so the cheaters actually got so good at cheating, you can see, look, when I just spread and I open up my fingers, you can see the card is vanished. And now, from this point, the spectators might think that the ace is actually on top. So you say, look, so you tell the spectators, now most people would think that the ace is on top of the deck, but in reality, and all you do is a double lift. So if you need to see that, I have a tutorial. Check that out if you need to. But at this point, you would come over, you do a double lift, you show it, you say, look, so the ace of hearts isn't here. This is actually the 10 of spades. So now what you do is a wrist kill. So you don't want to take the card and just set it down, because obviously you're going to reveal the ace of hearts. So you want to take the 10 of spades, and then you do a wrist kill. So all you do is you move your wrist away from the card, and you take the 10 of spades, and you say, look, I'll leave the 10 of spades on the table. Deck's over here. And you say, remember at the beginning of the trick when I told you that the cheaters had to get better at cheating? Well, this is kind of what I meant. And you come over and you say, look, so if I take the aces, you say, look, this is what the cheaters did. They could take the aces, and they can completely change it into a different hand. So at this point, you spread it, and now there's 4 cards. And at this point, you're going to have the royal flush, but it's not going to be in the right order. As you can see, we have ace, queen, king, jack. So what you want to do is when you spread the cards, you want to take the first one here. You say, look, so look, now we have a royal flush. And you spread it, and then you take the card from the middle, which is the queen, then the king, and then the ace. So now you tell the spectators. So at this point, now the cheaters could never be beat because they have a royal flush. And at this point, the spectators are going to be completely mind blown. I performed this trick a few times already, and I've gotten like the best reactions I've ever had. So I hope this trick really works out for you guys. And as always, thanks for watching.